What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cool Fred's Garage. I'm Cool Fred, and today we're going to be working on this 2008 Lexus ES 350. So the customer who owns this vehicle, he's been complaining about a coolant leak. So he sees that the radiator is leaking. We have a radiator here to put in it. We got a radiator, a thermostat, and a radiator cap. Also, he's been saying that the check engine light is on, so I'm gonna go ahead and scan it real quick and kind of get it set up for him. So I was out maybe about a month and a half ago. I was out doing some brakes on his wife's vehicle. She has a I think it's like a 2012 or 2013 X3, BMW X3. So that's generally what I work on. But this is first Japanese car on this channel, so this is Cool Fred Garage, mostly on this channel here. I work on pretty much everything, but usually it's classic cars and a few modern cars and trucks, but most of them are American. So this is the first Japanese car on the channel, on this particular channel. So if you want to check out my other channel, that's Cool Fred's Beamer Tech. It's got a lot of BMW content on there. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into this bad boy right here. So 2008 Lexus ES 350 got the 3.5 liter V6 in there. So these are some pretty popular cars. My favorite Lexus was the GS 350, the rear wheel drive platform, but these ESs outsold it at, I want to say at least 3 to 1. So they would probably sell maybe 3 or 4 ES Lexus versus GSs, and that's why the GS is no longer around. So I was kind of sad to hear when they said that the GS 350 was going away, or the GS in general, because they put, I think some of them got a GS 200 with a 4-cylinder in there too. But I was always hoping that Toyota would put that turbo 3.5 liter V6 in there that they have like in the Lexus, in the LS 500, but they never did do that. So, but these right here are pretty popular, and they got pretty good power and everything like that. And if you take care of them, they're nice and reliable. So this one is I want to say this one got like maybe 260, almost 270 horsepower from that 3.5 liter V6. And this one got maybe like 220,000 miles on it, and it still runs nice and smooth. But I need to scan it real quick, see what kind of codes we got, see why the check engine light is on. All right, so here we go. So let me see, get the hood popped on this bad boy. So yeah, the hood shots is weak on this sucker, so I'm gonna have to get my hood tool and put on there. So Lexus, they like to use these. They like to use these plastic covers under the hood. They cover up everything, so you can't really see nothing. So I got to get those out of there. And on this model, I did look up some of the instructions, and they say you got to take the bumper off, the front bumper off, to get the radiator out of there. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these covers out of here. The battery is a bit weak, so I'm gonna throw my charger on there, and I'm gonna also get my scanner set up so I can get this thing scanned, see why the check engine light is on. All right, so I got this thing scanning, got the Autel going. So the scanner I'm using is MS 906 BT. So it's still going. It's right about at 52%. So once it gets to 100%, it'll be scanned in. So it usually scan pretty fast. So we'll see what's going on with check engine light. I did get I got the covers off the engine, and I got my battery charger on here because this battery is kind of low there, kind of weak. So it looks like I can see the radiator pretty good. I'm not sure why the repair instructions tell you to take the bumper off. If we got to take it off, that's cool. It ain't no thing to it. But it looks like this crossbar right here come out. So it's 2 screws here. I did replace a radiator on one of my brother's Toyota Camry. So he had a I want to say like a 2013 Toyota Camry. It could have been an 09, so I know they share a body style. A couple of those share a body style with these Lexus. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how bad it is. It probably ain't too bad. So I'm trying to see where it's leaking at. I see traces of a leak, but trying to see where it's leaking at. I always kind of like to confirm for myself, you know, what's actually wrong before I start. Actually, I can see up here this little residue along there. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely got some signs of leakage. Yeah, kind of like along the top here. So you kind of see along in there where it's been leaking at. So. Alright, let me see this thing done scanning real quick. Let's see here. It's got 12 codes in here in the engine computer. See what we got. You see this battery is super low. It says it's got 11.64 volts. So we got a engine coolant temperature circuit low input. A lot of these codes might be just due to the battery voltage being low. So it's got 1 and 2 cylinder misfire codes. I'm not sure if that's currently present. They said this thing been sitting for a while, so it could have had some bad gas or whatever in there. So I'm just gonna let him know what's going on. He probably do. If this battery, it's been starting the car. He did have to jump it off, but it's been starting the car okay. I'm not sure if it's got any warranty on it. Maybe he can take it to Advanced Auto, because that's who sells the Die Hard product now that Sears used to carry back in the day. So Advanced Auto carries Die Hard now. So that may be all he's got going on, and then I'm probably gonna clear these codes and I'll see if they come back. So he mostly got random misfire faults. He got this coolant temperature fault. So the reason I recommend that he go ahead and put the thermostat in there, because possibly I'm thinking he did say that the temperature did kind of get hot. He's losing coolant like crazy, so that would be one reason. So we probably could almost ignore that code, but I'm gonna go ahead and put a thermostat in here too while I'm at it. I guess I have to see how much additional work that it's gonna be, because I pretty much gave him a set price to do the radiator, and so I'm assuming the thermostat somewhere back over here. I'm gonna grab my light and see real quick. So yeah, it's back over here, but I'm actually gonna confirm that. But I think I do, because a lot of these Japanese and Korean manufacturers, they like to they have like a housing on the back of the engine and things like that. So I'm gonna do a little research, actually confirm exactly what the thermostat is, but it would only make sense that it is back here somewhere on the back of the engine. So or it could be over here. It makes more sense that it may be right there on the front side of the engine. So you know, I'm not as familiar. I know a lot about this engine because I was actually researching to buy some of these back in the day, a little bit, but I haven't worked on a lot of them. So I will have to do a little research to figure out exactly what that thermostat is. So for the guys who work on these all the time, you know, I mean, it's probably a piece of cake, but you know, just so I know. Because this, I'm trying to see. Cause I see the lower radiator hose and then this upper one here. Well, usually a lot of the foreign manufacturers, they do like their radiator, like their tanks. Their radiator tanks are different from, they usually have tanks on the top and the bottom. So Nissan usually does that, Toyota, Honda. Whereas on the American cars, they're on the side. So, but the main thing, I'm gonna get in here and see what it takes to get this thing replaced. I will pressure test it real quick just to show you guys exactly where it's leaking from. Alright, so what I did, I went on and I pressure tested the cooling system, but it's not holding no pressure. So every time I push pressure on it, I try to pump it up, I can kind of hear the pressure escaping here on the top. But that kind of makes sense because all our coolant residue and stuff like that is along this top radiator tank area. So it's been leaking out pretty bad there. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare to get this radiator replaced and let you guys know, like, you know, how much trouble it is to do. Alright, so as far as the codes in the vehicle, I'm gonna pretty much attribute it to a couple things. He said the vehicle's been sitting for a while. It's possible like if the misfire faults do come back, if it's not driving smooth and things like that, it's possible that, I'm trying to see how much gas he has in here. So he has about, it's possible if this thing sat, you know, a couple months or whatever, that he probably got some bad gas or the gas is broken down. So I'm probably gonna recommend he put some fuel system cleaner in here and just drive it around, burn through this tank of gas and stuff. But if the misfire faults are still there, then I'm gonna recommend he probably replace the ignition coils and do spark plugs or something like that. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and clear these codes because some of it is due to the voltage just being low. So it could possibly be a combination of voltage low. I would say voltage low, and then the coolant leak. So of course you're gonna get coolant temps, you know, sensor faults and things like that. So I'm just gonna look into them a little bit more just to make sure it's not nothing crazy. Like I'm checking, it say input low. A lot of these have already converted to history, so that means that if it says history, that means that it kind of started to clear it, but it's not currently present. So the ones that are current, they say the engine knock sensor. So I'm not sure if it was just misfiring or maybe it just got a little bit too hot. But I'm just gonna clear these. I'm gonna clear those codes. So there we go. So the battery voltage is coming up. The lights were on too when I had the charger. When I first had charger up. So, but now my battery charger is registering 12.5 volts. My scanner is detecting 12.69. So this is probably this, but it is going up. So the battery is getting charged. So I'm just gonna let that sit on there for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get this ready to come out. But I guess before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get this radiator out of the box. I did inspect it when it came, but I'm gonna show you guys the radiator. So this one right here is from CSF. So that's the supplier that I chose to go with. I'll also put this same one in my Ram 1500 from CSF. So they use these 4-digit numbers. So this one right here is a 3313. So that's the part number. So that's something that's unique to CSF. They use that 4-digit part number code thing, which I guess makes it a lot simpler to find an application for your car. So they pretty much specialize in making radiators for import cars, Japanese and stuff like that. They also make them for all kind of cars now, and they also have a performance line. So I was kind of familiar, or I heard about the performance line of radiators that they make. They sell them at Summit and everywhere else. But this will be the second one that I'm installing in something from this company. So far, it seems like a pretty solid company. Everything, the last time I did one, it fit good and everything, so I was happy with that. So I'm gonna get this out of the box, show you guys what it looks like out of the box, and I'm gonna start getting into this thing, pulling it apart. All right, so this is it out of the box. So pretty much you got your upper and lower radiator hose lines. I kind of like that they put the new, I'm not sure if most radiators come like this, but they did for the transmission. The transmission cooler is down here in the bottom one, so they gave you a couple fittings that are already in there for these. So I like that, but everything looks good on it. It looks like a radiator is supposed to look. So it's got the mounting location for your electric fans up there, so I'm sure they just snap in and go on. So it looks like it's pretty straightforward. And then your AC condenser mounts back here. So I'm kind of curious to know whether I can do it without taking the bumper off. But either way, it's got to get in there. So we will find out in due time. We will find out shortly. Went on and disconnected that battery because I saw that the front crash sensor was right here. Not that I'm gonna make enough of a vibration or nothing like that to set the airbags off, but you know, just rather be safe than sorry. Alright, so I went on and jacked this bad boy up. So I got a couple jack stands up under there. Cause it's a screw, see it's a couple screws down there. For this bottom support. A little tricky to see, but it's a 10mm bolt. It's a 10mm bolt down there. Right around in there. So I get the support out. And then there's a lower this little trim panel here, so I'm about to zip that out of there. So they got these little weird push pins in there that you got to kind of pry out. It look like that right there. Alright, so pretty much that's kind of, now that I got this off, I can do a couple things. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the coolant too. A few little spider webs up under here, man. Looks like they've been having a field day up in there. But this is that 10mm right there that I'm gonna get out. That's gonna help me pull that top brace out. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the coolant. Alright, so here we go. Pretty much what I did, the last piece I removed this right here. I guess that's like the radiator support with this little bar right here that goes down here. So it's a 10mm bolt that goes right there to secure that. So pretty much right now what I'm gonna do is detach the AC condenser from the radiator, and then I'm not sure if I'm probably gonna try to take the fans out with the radiator and just lift it up, because I got upper and lower hoses. So I'm not sure if the fans need to come out first or what. I guess I'll figure that out. I'll go ahead and get this loose. So I got some I got some radiator, these pliers here, that's gonna help me get these clamps, these style clamps off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those off of there, disconnect the fans, and I may try to see if I can slide the fans out of there once I get this hose loose. And then it's 4 10mm screws to get the so you got 1, 2, and then got one down here, and then one over here. So it's 4 of those to separate the AC condenser from the radiator, and then it should either slide right out. Alright, so I got the AC condenser loose. So pretty much, yeah, you get these are 4 screws right there. You just get those loose. You will have to pull up on the radiator just slightly, a little bit, so you can get those bottom screws because they sit on the little, it's like a little crossbar frame. So you pull them up and you can get your, if you got an electric ratchet or just a regular ratchet, you got to pull it up a little bit so you can get in there. So now what I'm doing, I'm trying to see about these fans, how I can get them out of there. See if I can just tuck that out of the way a little bit for the time being. Alright, so basically what I've been doing, I got my little pry tool right here, kind of like a wire pryer, or use this for dough pounders and all kind of stuff, but I just kind of work these loose right here on this connector. There's 2 of them. And what I kind of notice is that the fan, the way it's wired, it's got one little connector here, like a supply connector that's going to this little module. So I'm not sure if that's a variable speed control module or fan control module. Well, I mean, I know it's the fan control module. So I'm gonna unhook that, slide that off of there, and then I should be able to just kind of squeeze these 2 tabs in right here and right here, and I should be able to separate the fan from the radiator. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go ahead and do that, and hopefully I can just pull the fan straight out, and then I can get that there's a lower radiator hose, and then there is, what else we got? Oh, and 2 transmission lines down there. So if I do that, we should be in the money then. You do gotta press firm on this connector right here that's on the fan control unit. You gotta give it a firm press and just slide it straight back. But the only thing I mentioned I mentioned 2 clips, but it's actually 3. There's one right here in the center. So it's 1, 2, 3. Kind of squeeze them in, and then you can get the fan separated. So I should be able to pull these out of here. So it looks like it's like a little radiator, like a little guide for it for this hose. But once I get that kind of out of the way, for this radiator hose over here, I should be able to just slide this straight up, get the fans out. All right, so I got my hose tool right here, getting that getting this bottom hose, and I kind of slid the clamp up there. So now I'm able to get this hose off there. So there we go. And all I got now is just these 2 transmission lines. What I'm gonna do so I don't lose a whole bunch of transmission fluid is I'm gonna put some little clamps on there. So I got these little hose clamp, pliers. They pretty much just pinch off your hose. So these some old Craftsman that I caught on sale before Sears went out of business. So I've used these a handful of times, but a lot of times they just in my little tool cart over there. So I'm gonna put these on there. Kind of like so. That way I don't lose a whole bunch of transmission fluid. I'm trying to see if there's like a fuel plug over there just in case I need to add just a little. But we shouldn't lose that much. It probably is, but it's under that air box, but we'll see. So hopefully we don't lose a lot. Alright, so up under here, kind of on this side, there's 2 clamps. One right here, and one, well I already moved that one. So there's one right there and one right there. So I use these, they kind of like some old school pliers. So just get on there and just kind of squeeze the clamp and slide them off like that there. And I'm gonna let the fluid drain into this pan right here, just in case I need to put some of it back. All right, so we're down to the last one here, the last transmission coolant line. So don't look like I'm losing a lot of fluid out of there. If so, it's like that multi-vehicle transmission fluid. So I got some of that. I got some Valvoline if I have to put some in there. If I need to put just a little bit in there, I can top it off. Some down there kind of connected. It's just because the edge of this is just contact, that's all. But that's it, it's free. It's out. Alright, so just got these little things right here, gotta transfer these over for the bottom core there. So got 1, 2, got 2 of them. So we're gonna put those on the new radiator. So I'm gonna get this thing out of the way and start getting ready to put the new one in. But before we do that, I gotta get, I did do some research, figure out where that thermostat went, and they go in this housing right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that swapped out. So I see 1 bolt right there. It's another one over there somewhere. Some stuff mentioned that you may have to move that pulley, but I'll see. I'm probably just gonna take this hose off right here, get that out of the way. and I can see, because I got a few little tools like some universals and stuff that I might be able to get up in there to get it off of there, so I'm gonna go for that. Alright, so I'm over here on the thermostat now. Got the upper radiator hose out of there. So I kind of built this extension here. I got a locking extension right here and a universal. So I'm gonna go up in there like that on one side of the housing and try to get that. It's a 10mm screw. It's a little tricky to see from this angle. That one kind of buried back there, but I got my light right there, but right beside it. But this camera probably ain't gonna zoom down that far. You might can barely see it, but it's up under. It's up under there. So go ahead and work that loose, and then this other screw, it's like down here, down there. So that one, you can kind of see that one. So I should be able to go in and get that housing off of there. So some of the research and some of the stuff I've been reading, they say, you know, guys is having a hard time getting that off. So, but you know, I got a few tricks up my sleeve. All right, so I got that one out. So that was definitely the most tricky one. So something like a 1/4" universal definitely have to get it out of there. So this right here is a set of Matco 1/4" sockets from the that's my line, my light there. It's flashing, so let me know the battery is dead. But when I get ready to go back, because I don't have any magnetic sockets today on me, so I'll probably put like a piece of paper towel or something on the edge so I don't lose this, so it don't drop down. Because you know, you lose this bolt right here, it can go anywhere, kind of in the belts, by the frame, and anything. So I don't want to do that. That'll make me have a bad day. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that other nut off, that other 10mm down there, and then I should be able to get this housing off right here. Oh, I dropped that one. I think I heard that one fall though. Let's see where it is. There we go. So that's it. That's probably helping me out because I already got the radiator out, but I'm sure if you didn't have the radiator out, I think you're, I want to say if the radiator was still in there, it would be harder. But this is it right here. That pulley is kind of, yeah, that pulley, we might have get rid of that pulley, because I got it loose. But this pulley right here, that top pulley is keeping me from getting it off. So hopefully I can get something down in there, slide the belt, and then work it out of there. So it's a pulley right there that's right under this net, so that's keeping me from getting that thing out of there. Alright, so I got a 15mm down in there on the belt tensioner, and I got tension right here, and it's kind of resting right here. That kind of helped me out a little bit because it's enough where I can slip the belt off, but the belt is still kind of on most of the pulleys routed. So what I'm doing now, I'm getting the top pulley off that's right up under this, it's like the top idler pulley. So I'm working that off, and I'm gonna feed it out this way. And From there, I should be able to get this on out of there. There we go. So that what we want. This guy right here. So that's it. That's all it is to get in that upper house. Now I just got to work this thermostat out. I'm gonna have to get like a screwdriver or something and work it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that replaced. Get that back in there. Get the belt back on, and then I'm gonna put the radiator back in, and we should be in the money. All right, before I slide that new radiator in, I gotta pop this out. So basically, let me slide my drain bin up under there just in case, but just can't see the coolant come out of there. But I just pretty much just got me a screwdriver down in there. I was trying to find me a long screwdriver, but this is the longest one I can find. So I'm working that out of there. There we go. That's it. So I'm gonna get ready to put this new one in. So you kind of see how that gasket seal is around there. That's kind of what I got to do with this one here. So basically this gasket, it's like a little groove inside where the thermostat slide around there. That's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna slide. That's the groove right there that the thermostat slide in. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide that in there. I'm gonna spray it down with some glass cleaner so it just slide right on in, and I'm gonna put that housing back on and go back together. Slide them and stick them. So I'm just gonna this ain't really that dirty, but I'm just gonna clean it up real quick and slide it on there. All right, so I got the thermostat in there and I got the housing back on. So I guess one of the last things, I'll just double checking. I've already had to adjust the belt, make sure it's on all the grooves. So that's probably the trickiest thing. So I just kind of happen to have a flexible 3/8 ratchet, so I can get off in there and kind of undo the pulley and kind of like sneak it out. But I guess some guys take the tire off and go through the fender wheel to get the belt off. So that's what I'm doing. I'm ready to put the radiator back in, but I'm just I'm shining the light around all the belts and pulleys to kind of make sure that I got the belt lined up in all the grooves. So it's looking good so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that new radiator in. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I got this bad boy in there. Radiator's in. I got all the hoses and connections. Well, I still got to connect the upper radiator hose, but everything on the bottom is connected. So I'm about to put these 10mm bolts in the AC condenser. Then I'm about to put this the top radiator support in, and I got to plug in I mentioned before I disconnected the battery because I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is the crash safety sensor. So it's got like a little notch, a 10mm screw that holds it up here. So if that is the crash safety sensor, you want to be careful with moving that around to prevent setting off the airbags in the car. I think you really got to bang it against something, or really like be shaking it for them to go off. But you know, it's just a safety thing. So I got the battery disconnected anyway. So I'm still cruising along, and I'm about to make these few connections. I got to plug in the fan controller and put it's like a little wire harness here. It's like a couple of connections there for the fan, and also some other stuff. Well, that's like, I believe this is like one of the horn switches. You kind of go up and around here. I think it's supposed to tie to that tie there. So this is the fan connector here. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. And I'll go ahead and get that AC condenser loaded up, and we'll be ready to fill this thing up with coolant and start it up. All right. So we're about to get ready to put some antifreeze in this bad boy and fill it up. So what I got going on is I got my airlift system on here. What this is a vacuum coolant filler. So it uses vacuum to fill the cooling system. So if you guys already have seen any of my other videos, you know that I use the airlift system. I use this especially on modern vehicles, so it helps get the air bubbles out of the system, make sure it's bled properly and things like that. So basically what I'm doing now, I got it under a vacuum and I'm kind of doing a leak check. But because this is one of those Japanese radiators, I kind of like they got that little hole, that small hole in the middle. So my little cone tip, it seals pretty good. But that's kind of why I got this this 1x4 piece of wood, just kind of like just to hold it, so this thing don't lean over too much. So pretty much it's already been a couple minutes, so shortly I got the coolant right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there. So this is the Toyota Lexus coolant. So that's what I'm about to put in there. Also got a new radiator cap. So this right here was the old thermostat in the original radiator cap. So it's always good to replace, you know, at least the radiator cap if you're doing the radiator. And also inspect your hoses and stuff like that. But so far everything looked good. So these hoses are collapsed down because they're under a vacuum. And once I put this in there to get ready to fill it, it's just gonna pull that coolant in there. All right, here we go. So I got the coolant topped off, about to put the new radiator cap on. Get ready to connect this battery cable, and then we're gonna be ready to start it on up. All right, I just got in the car, turned the ignition on, and I know some of these gotta relearn the throttle, so I've been pressing the accelerator pedal to the floor and back. So I know they normally do like a little self-learn cycle real quick. So I'm about to go ahead and start this up. And I'm finna go up under there and look under the car, check for transmission leaks and things like that. Make sure everything's good, so no leaks. If there's no leaks, then I'm gonna put the trim covers on. All right, so the Lexus ES 350 is running. It's running nice and smooth. I guess they refer to this as Lexus Silky Smooth. Nice and smooth. So I already checked up under there. No signs of any leaks or anything like that. So cooling is topped off real good and everything. Next thing what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on the AC just to make sure these fans are kicking in. So, but not, a lot of times the fans on these modern cars, they don't really come on until the engine gets up to temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the AC on, make sure the fans are coming on like they're supposed to. And then I'm gonna put the trim covers on and the under panel trims in. I'm gonna take it for a quick test drive just to make sure everything is running smooth like it's supposed to. All right, so the fan is on while the AC is running, so I wanted to double check that. On this one, only one fan is on, so I'm assuming that's the AC fan, because I know some foreign manufacturers, they only have, if they got dual fans, one fan is on when the AC is on, then the other one is on for the engine temperature once it gets to a certain level. So I'm not really sure the function on this, but the fan is running. That's what I wanted to check. So I'm going to go ahead and put the trim covers on. Alright, so I'm taking this thing for a quick little spin just to make sure everything's good. Because, you know, while the check engine light was on, he was saying that, I know he said cut off on him, but I'm just thinking maybe the temperature got a little too hot. And that's why I did that. I'm thinking this radiator pretty much gonna solve all his issues. I think all his issues are related to the radiator. That coolant leak. So that temperature sensor was reading all kind of crazy. And that battery voltage being low, you know, he just getting in there, starting it up. It haven't run for a while. And maybe that bad gas that's in there. So the radiator's in, thermostat in. It's running, driving good. I'm just gonna drive it around the neighborhood for a little bit, see how it do. All right, so taking this thing for a spin. It's Lexus Smooth. So everything is all good. No check engine light, no misfires or nothing like that, so everything good. So we'll go ahead and take it on back to the house and wrap this thing on up. Alright guys, thanks for checking out. Man, you ain't supposed to say nothing. Alright guys, thanks for checking out another video here at Cool Fred's Garage. So just got through test driving the Lexus. It's driving real good, nice and smooth. So Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. All kind of cool stuff on Cool Fred's Garage, all kind of projects. So this is the 2007 Lexus ES 350. So yeah, just got done putting the radiator and everything in there, and it's riding pretty good. What you gonna say, man? Say something.
Hi, my name is Alfred.